Right guys, 10 o'clock, Christmas Eve, and finally Eric 1 prototype is now up and running. But prior to the start of the test, I did not do any water tests because I felt it unnecessary at this period of time, because I really am going to be testing this from scratch, so to speak, because this afternoon whilst doing the bucket test we realised I'd actually broken the seal on the solvent well joint on the inlet feed to the filter down there. So I had to make a blanking cap for that. Then I had to cut off this pipe here, readjust stuff, make sockets out of the heat gun, and then we're finally back up and running. But because I've had to replace, well, as you can see, pretty much 3/4 of the water in the tank, I thought it was absolutely pointless doing any water tests. Everything's running tickety-boo. There is a few issues. I am almost positive Pete said to have the water running so it was just slightly under the tips of the cartridges. At present is not possible, purely because there is not enough leeway on the sleeve. Peter, that pipe needs to be a little bit smaller with a slightly bigger sleeve if you need the water line slightly lower than it is at the moment. But as this is only a prototype, this is what the trial's for. It's not actually going above the end piece of Eric mat, but it is still above the cartridges. Also, I wouldn't say it was a problem, but this is just a personal opinion, is the inlet. If this is going to be aimed at people with quarantine tanks and small ponds, size and space is going to be an issue. I feel that what we need on this end, on your inlet, is some kind of swept 90, and then have your flat valve on a vertical, because at the moment, when you take into consideration the bend on any piece of pipe, vice versa, you're gaining an extra foot there. So just on a personal opinion, and if I do end up purchasing this off you at the end of the trial, it is something that I would change, and I would put a swept 90 in there so that the flat valve is vertical, just for space wise, so I could pull it back this way slightly more. But other than that, I think the 35 litres a minute is slightly too much, but even when I crank it back, you don't really see that much of a difference. I mean, that's about halfway now. There is a bit of a difference there, but hopefully Peter will get back to me on this and let me know whether he wants it there or slowed right down or left full bore. Until after Christmas and Boxing Day, have a good one folks, and that's me waiting for a fill up before I can go in. Good night, Merry Christmas to all.